And welcome back. And look who's here. It's Kyle Wiley Pickett from the Springfield Symphony. Don't you have a new nickname for Kyle?
You do.
Wiley Coyote.
Yes.
Oh, that works.
Do you
That's
like
pretty
that?
good. Yeah.
You've had to heard that.
Well, I've heard variations, but not using Kyle as the Coyote. That's good.
There we
I
go.
thought that was kind of
It's
genius.
a new version.
We'll get you a T-shirt and the whole deal.
I do. I like it. Yeah.
Producer Shelby just said, yikes. I know, I think that's marketable. I think we have
think so,
T-shirts
too.
and the whole nine yards.
We can go with that.
Totally.
A whole concert of Warner Brothers themes.
Right?
Ooh,
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Yeah, someday down the road. That sounds good.
Think about that
Yeah.
next season. But how are things at the Symphony first?
Oh, things are good at the Symphony. We have such a good concert coming up this week.
This is a big question, Kyle.
It is a big question.
Yeah.
Is there life after death? And it's kind of the biggest question. You know, when I set up the season and put these themes together, I usually start from one particular concert. And this is the concert I started with. And we are doing, to keep us from being in suspense, we're doing the Verdi Requiem. Verdi's an Italian composer, he was an Italian opera composer, and he wrote a Requiem Mass, like many composers did. But this is the big one. It's the whole program in both halves. It's about 90 minutes of actual music. It's got giant chorus. We're gonna have about 250 singers from Missouri State, Drury Evangel, and College of the Ozarks. Those choirs are all joining together. We've got the full big orchestra, and then we've got 4 amazing operatic singers, just with the most magnificent, giant voices you've ever heard. I mean, they're standing right next to me, and my head just rings when they sing.
All this in an hour and a half?
All this in an hour and a half. And,
wow.
And so, you know, it's the traditional Catholic Mass for the Dead, the Requiem Mass. But Verdi was an opera guy, and so his aesthetic, his design is very dramatic, and so it's
Grand.
It is grand, and
Yeah.
it is terrifying, and it is beautiful, and it's comforting, and it just kind of takes you through the entire gamut of emotions in asking this question, and hopefully answering it.
Yeah. This is one, even if you're made of stone, this one's going to move you in one way or another.
It is. And, you know, even if you don't think you know classical music, the beginning of the Dies Irae is kind of the default go-to for movie studios when they don't yet have their score together, the soundtrack together. There are a whole bunch of movies where they, like, especially if it's an action or adventure or fantasy or something like that, they'll drop that in just because it's so dramatic, so powerful, so kind of frightening and scary. They'll put it in the commercial. So when you hear this, you'll say,
I know that.
was Dracula, or
Yeah, you're
maybe-
going to get all kinds of pictures flashing.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that many people in the choirs.
Yeah.
Did you say how many you think you're going to have?
It'll be about
there?
250.
About 250
Plus about 85 in the orchestra.
Yeah.
You're going to be crowded up on that
We'll
stage.
fill that stage.
Yeah, you will.
We will fill that hall with sound. I mean, this is kind of a raise the roof of Hammond's Hall kind of piece. And you know, when that bass drum comes in, you know, if you don't jump out of your seat a little bit, then we're doing it wrong. You know, that's my goal.
So you may go into this thinking you have the answer to that huge life's question, and you may leave there thinking something completely different.
Or you may,
Or vice
you may
versa.
think, I got it covered now.
Yeah, or vice
now I
versa.
do know.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
How can people get tickets?
Well, they can. You know, you can always get any information about our concerts at our website, SpringfieldMoSymphony.org.
Don't forget the
the
Mo.
Mo. That's
Please
really
don't forget
important. You can go to MissouriStateTix.com and get them through the Hammond's Hall box office. You can call the Hammond's Hall box office. You can walk up to the box office window and get your tickets that way. But you can always get in touch with the office, our office, the Symphony office, if you have questions, and we can point you in the right direction.
Good stuff. How many more big questions after this one?
This is, so what month are we in? This is March?
March.
March.
Had to
Okay,
think.
so we have March, and then in April we have the big question, will you marry me? So that's going to be a fun one.
All right.
And then the last one is all Star Wars, and it's about the Force. So the question is, what is your destiny?
Will the Force be with me?
Will
think
the
about,
Force be with
think about Darth Vader. What is your destiny?
very
Oh, this is good stuff.
Yeah,
All
that'll be
right.
good. But we've just had a great year, so I hope people come out.
Oh, it's good
You're already
stuff for
planning
sure.
for the next season?
It's all planned.
Sweet.
I'll give you some hints. Tell you what, next month I'll give you a little preview.
I can't wait.
Deal.
Okay,
You
good.
do a great job. Kyle Wiley, thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks so much.
All right, up next, it's Speaking Legal with Will Worsham, and he has a legal question regarding speeding. Not that any of us have ever done that.
No,
Slow down
of course
and
not.
stay in your lane. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.